about to set the timing equipment up over at C-Max Dragway and let it go down a few passes.
Ladies and gentlemen, tough players and not so tough players, the moment that everyone was waiting for is finally here. 15 lap Demolition Derby event at Bristol Motor Speedway 1970. We're moments away from the green flag right now. We got 13 team owners with 3 cars in each team. There has not been any races previous to that, so the point standings are clear. No one has made any money, and it's all on the table today. We're going to see who's going to come out on top with a bigger piece of cash than everybody else. We are moments away from the green flag, but for now let's take a look at what happened during the practice session. We have our first victim, number 97, Handy Andy, that's set out by number 77 of Chris Colgate and goes for a wild ride against the fence. Brings our new session of today. What it take to be a piston cop racer. Ooh, boy, it's not a pleasant feeling being inside one of these cars when that happens, I tell you that. Also, let's take a look here somewhere in the middle of the practice session. Black Chevelle of Bobby Dylan gets turned around by Jimmy Stilinski Plymouth. That puts some sideways on the track, more cars contact. But the story of the day is, let's take a look at Buddy Spears' car in slow motion. As it approaches, he's trying to squeeze in next to the wall, touches the Chevelle and gets his hood blown off the hinges clean off. That sends Buddy's car back to the garage till the end of the practice session for good. And probably the most epic crash happens towards the end of the practice. One of the Chris Colgate's cars gets set up and sent down the track, but he says it, comes back up the track hard and says, I'm not taking anything from you guys. Hits a bunch of cars, and that sends the number 75 of Rushkin Lahari twisting and turning down the track. This is probably what the fans came here to see. Biggest crash of the practice session is on Rushkin. And we have our first team owner scoring our first prize money, the practice winner. Number 140 finally occurred. 96.6 miles an hour over speed, so the first time practice $500 bonus check in practice. However, that did not last long enough, as number 49 Mustang of Jimmy Stilinski takes the first spot in the qualifying section, winning $1,000 prize money for the qualifying winner number 1. Here you can see number 11 of Andy Hernandez taking practice laps during happy hour. He'll be starting in the second position. Fanny Leclerc and Mike Winner, car number 52, will be starting in the second row in third and fourth spot. We are just moments away from the start of the Demolition Derby race number 1. For now, a short commercial break, and we will be right back with you. And finally, the moment that everyone's been waiting for. Here we are. Peachfield Modified Racing Series Demolition Derby. Fanny Leclerc and Mike Winner, number 52, will be starting in the second spot, second row. Rushkin Mahari and Bobby Dylan will be starting in the third row. Number 42 of HE Funny Packer will be lined up next to Jimmy Stilinski. Yet another car that managed to stick in there. Bobby Dylan will line up to number 40 Rushkin Mahari. You can see another one of Bobby Dylan's cars right there next to Jack Christensen. We also got Manny Beeflover next to yet another Jimmy Stilinski's car. That's all 3 of these cars pretty high up top. Ethan will line up to the Chris Colgate. What else we can see here? Buddy Spears cars all at back of the field. 2 of Chris Colgate's cars are in the back. The other ones. And Mickey D is the sponsor of the race tonight. Will be riding with them for the restart. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen, green flag and restart with Mickey D's. We're underway. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing and everything else. And that was the restart with Mickey D's. Alright, let's take a look on the replay what happens. Looks like Ethan Moore gets set up by one of the red Camaros and catches quite a big pile up of cars. You can see 2 of Buddy Spears' car, 2 of Chris Colgate's cars. Meanwhile, up in the front, Jimmy Stilinski is in the first spot being challenged by Fanny Liquor on the inside, and we could see number 6 of Bobby Dylan going for the ride in the back there. Let's take a look at the replay what happens. Meanwhile, Fanny Liquor takes the spot, takes the lead, and as you could see on the replay, 3 cars break off from the pack while Bobby Dylan is turned around on the field. Quite a big pile up behind them, but for now we have 3 cars fighting for the lead. Here we could see number 42 hitting the wall, goes all around the track, catches a few more cars with them, as Fanny Liquor number 95 coming up on lap traffic gets a high line. Number 49 scrapes the wall, and this allows number 11 and number 55 Mike Wiener make a pass for the first spot, push Fanny up the track. Not sure if there was a contact between the Mustang and the number 95. What seems to happen is we got smoke coming from the engine in the first part, number 95. This was enough of a race for her. Maybe that contact with the wall, which is number 12. With him, and as we can see it on slow motion, she's smoking in the back. Mike Wiener move for the pass, take the first spot away from number 11. So let's take a look on the replay when all this was happening in the back. Number 82, yet another car of Mike Wiener, gets his hood blown off the hinges, and that sends him out of the race for good. Quite a bit of action going in the back of the field, but for now, battle for the second spot between number 11 and number 49 of Jimmy Stilinski. Each one wants to win, each one wants to get their spot and their prize money, but for now it's time to crank it up. Right, let's take a ride for a few laps with one of our sponsors, Mickey D's. Currently a great menu. If anyone of you is hungry, highly recommend you visiting Mickey D's. Few cars involved. So far, not a very successful race for our sponsors, but hanging in there. You can't win them all. Gonna stay optimistic and wish that team a good luck. Meanwhile, number 52 Mike Wiener seems to build up quite a lead for the first spot. We could kinda still see the other 2 cars chasing him in the picture. Jack Christensen sitting in the 4th spot right now, just waiting for any mistakes and trouble up front, but all the leaders seem to pass, and we got 4 cars going side by side out of the turn 4. This is the face of the Demolition Derby, ladies and gentlemen. The AI settings that we are running allows us for such crazy racing. And once again, a short recap. Our sponsor gets in trouble one more time, gets turned around the track. More cars catching. Make it easy. Somewhere in the battle for 10th spot, Rushkin Lahari number 75 puts a slick move on number 62 and ends his day pretty much. And it is time for yet another commercial break. We'll be right with you. And we are back. Let's take a look at the replay where Mike Wiener makes a pass on the left car, while we have 4 cars going 4 wide in the back. Right there, number 49, number 11 make a little bit of contact. Quite a bit of a battle going on for the second spot. And as you can see by the Spears, horrible accident involving both of these cars. Got miscommunication going into the pit, maybe from previous damage. Wham! One slams into another and both cars completely out of the race. Maybe they've been drinking the night before. We're not sure what kind of driver his buddy has hired for the race, but most of these cars are out. The pace of the race has slowed down just a little bit. Few laps left. We're approaching lap number 13, I believe. Andy Hernandez together with number 16 and Mickey D's trying to catch up to Mike Winner on the last lap. White flag is in the air. One more lap. Anything can happen. Any mistake from the leader and the second spot is going to become first. Let's see if he can make it. Still leading the race. Last turn makes a little bit of contact with Manny Beeflover, but that's not enough to cause any trouble for him. He loses that first spot and he takes the win, and the $15,000 prize money goes to Mike Wiener. Andy Hernandez second spot. Chris Colgate and finally Kerr somewhere in the back of the field. Third spot goes to Jimmy Stilinski, number 49. Jack Christensen and Manny Beeflover will be our top 5 for the race. Let's take a look at Rushkin Lahari's cars, finishing 7 and 8, I believe. Back to back. Also, Chris Colgate's cars finished back to back, but that's not a really good finish for them, as it was, I believe, 20th and 21st position. I might be lying. Official standings will be posted after the race. And thanks for being with us for this 15 laps of action. Thanks to B Racing, Peach, E8, Short Track, as well as our sponsors Reddit, Awesome Short Track Racing, V8 283. This was Peachfield Demolition Derby, race number 1. Foxy Racing, Wolfie Racing. Let's say hi to those guys. Without them, it would be possible. Chevrolet, and the 283 Edit, 195 horsepower now available on Reddit. $15,000 goes to Mike Winner. He takes the spot in our official money standings that look right about this short track scene. Let's go to the award ceremony. Mike Winner gets the Champions Cup, Demolition Derby champion. Andy Hernandez gets a complimentary silver coin. Jimmy Stilinski, Jack Christensen, and Manny Beeflover get complimentary bronze coins. Those things do not worth any money and do not put your owners on the standings money-wise, but it is something to keep standings for the Demolition Derby. See which personal achievements, which drivers, which team owners have been on the map in the Demolition Derby style for now. This was Peachfield Modified Racing Series. Wish you this Monday or Tuesday, whichever one time zone you live in. Hopefully we might get some interviews in the end of the video, and the second version will come later, but for now I will say bye-bye to all of you. Congratulate Mike Winner, Jimmy Stilinski, and finally Kerr, the first 3 owners that have won any kind of award money with the Peachfield Modified Racing Series. Now I'm gonna disappear and see you guys next time.